Good afternoon. Sorry, I'm not with it. I'm totally not with it today. Sunday. It's Sunday here in the UK, and I'll tell you what. People who's listening on the radio, oh, you got a treat today. I tell you what, I love this person, but I can't tell him because I was here get big headed. You know what I mean? But it's Robbie Ansley, and I tell you what, we love him here at Crossroad Podcast. Honestly, we do. He is a really nice guy. And good afternoon, Robbie. How are you?
Hello there. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're all right here. We're all right. We haven't got no like cows or horses here. We've just got a main road, and on the main road we got a house and everything. So we haven't got anybody to we can't keep cows, but down the road we have got fields and stuff, and we do
Oh, do
see
you?
some cows then. By the way, it's nice to have you here.
Yes, it's great to be here, Steve. I tell you what, it really is.
Great, great. Um,
It's
now,
okay. It's okay having cows and horses. It's just when you open the window and the wind's blowing the right way, you might not smell the roses. You know what I mean?
Is that better? Too bright? What?
That's a
uh,
little better.
yeah,
Is it?
that's a bit better. It was his
Mm,
reflection.
yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Should I put
yeah,
on
he's
that?
okay. He's pretty enough. So, Robbie, tell us about what you've been up to. The last time we last spoke, you were telling me earlier that you've been up to some recording and stuff.
Yes, we made another trip to Nashville here about a week ago, and we went to the legendary Hilltop Records recording studio where Johnny Cash, and Crystal Gale, and numerous others recorded. And it just, I was beside myself recording there. And we worked with AOK Records and producer Adam Angel Knight. And we're recording a song called Looking Back. And there's two of the fellas in there. Um, Duncan Mullins is the bass player, and the piano player there. The previous Saturday night, they were at the Grand Ole Opry playing for Garth Brooks, and they were talking about that, and we all had a great conversation, and I felt so honored just being around those guys. They're that great, and they're that level of players that they play at the Opry all the time, and I just felt so honored, and we're looking forward to hearing this new song called "Looking Back."
And what's the reason behind that song? What's the thought? Did you sit down one day thinking, hang on for a sec, I want to do this song looking back because it's memories, or what was it?
Well, I actually wrote that song back in the 90s, um, probably 95. And the song is about going fishing with your father. And the fella that co wrote it with me, that's one thing that he did every day. He waited on his father to get home from work, and they would load up the truck and go fishing. And it was real special to him. And um, one day in 1984, he told me about what happened with his father, and that's where part of the song came from. When I wrote it, his father stepped out of the shower one day when he come home from work and got ready to go fishing. Stepped out of the shower, slipped on the floor, and hit his head on the sink, and he died. Um, and then the song is special for me because I lost my father about 11 years ago. Um, he was murdered, but I really loved going fishing with him, and that's just a memory that I can't get over, And I dedicate the song now to him and to Mr. Larry Hawkins, the other father.
Yeah, yeah. We I can see that you get really emotional about it.
Well,
But
I do.
yeah, yeah. Can I? Do you mind if I talk about this because I was going to ask you about it, and because a while back your dad, he was murdered. Could you tell everybody what actually happened?
Yes, I can talk about it. Well, I had a couple of step brothers and a step sister that they had habits, drug habits, and
Hmm.
they were always coming over there wanting money all the time. And my father just had enough. And that day, we don't know exactly what happened. I was late for band practice, and I passed by his house. I seen the car in the yard with the doors open, and I was so late for band. I was going to be late for band practice because we had a big gig coming up, opening up for a major band or artist. So I passed right by there, and I went home. Then I went to band rehearsal. Well, meanwhile, there, my father had stood up and he said, "No more money. They're getting no more money from us."
Well, they took $2,000 from him.
They took $2,000 previously from him, but they
And that,
wanted more money. So he stood up and said, "No more money," and he got one gunshot to the heart, and it killed him. And to this day, we really won't know the truth. But my stepmother, she she claimed that she did it, but
she didn't even have a steady hand.
she didn't have steady hand, and she wasn't no marksman. You know what I mean? And
She
we
she
don't
looked like
know
she
to
had
this.
Parkinson's in her hand.
Yeah, we don't know to this day what really happened, but she took the fall for whatever happened, and
10 years in prison.
it was like 3 years, 2 years before the trial, and it was just an agonizing thing. And
She called and apologized before she
she
died.
did apologize before she went on to glory or whatever, but the one or two of the step brothers later on were bragging in crowds and stuff that about what they did, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but one of these days we'll know the truth,
Mm,
if she did or they did. But
She did.
drugs, drugs was the main cause of it, and he was a 33-year military veteran. He he was in the Navy. He had an honorable discharge from the Navy. He was in the Army, and he had an honorable discharge from the Army. Then he went into the National Guard, and he really loved the country, and he believed in home defense. So he kept a gun right by his chair, and that very gun is the very one that took him away from us all, and we miss him. And it's real. When I sing that song or some other songs that I sing, it just brings back everything. And you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
me and my sister Lou Ann, we um we actually found a half. Well, she found us about 5 or 6 years ago now, and she never got to meet him, but she lives in another part of Georgia, and I'm so glad that she found us. But she found us about you know by finding that article and other things, and it's just been a terrible thing for all of us.
Yeah. Do you do you we can't not say we cannot judge for people who he's probably done it, but do you know who possibly might have done it?
In in my heart, I believe it was one. I believe it was a stepbrother.
Mm,
I do, but you know, what I think and what I feel, ain't got nothing to do with the state. The state, they carry out whatever they do, and due process of the law, evidence and all that kind of stuff. But that's what I believe.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you going to sing us a song, then, Rob?
Yes, I can. Let me see what we got on tap here.
I'm so sorry about bringing that up, but I just wanted
No,
to.
it's okay. I need to talk about it sometimes anyway. Let's see what we got. Um,
Have you? Can I ask you another question? Have you
yeah,
ever? Have you ever yourself gone out there and tried to get revenge?
no, not at all. I just pray about it. And now the day it happened, when I was called at the band rehearsal, the band members, we stopped playing and they held me down to the floor. They pinned me down and would not let me get up because they knew what I was going to do. And I told them I was okay. I was shaking and it was just terrible. I told them I was okay and they let me go. And as soon as they let me go, I did exactly what they knew I was going to do. I burst out the door, got in the truck, and I probably broke a few laws, speeding to get to the scene. And when I got to the scene, there was already a lot of people there. And I didn't, of course, nobody else was around there. If I could have got my hands on one of them then, it would probably not have been good. But
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't, because at the end of the day, you're a good man, and we all love you. So we don't want you to be on the wrong side of the law, do we?
no, I don't want to do that. That's for sure. Let me see. Let me see what we can find this morning. I'm looking. I want to find something that's. What about a little Garth Brooks?
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Bear with me. I'm suffering from some allergy problems too. We got this stuff called goldenrod that grows all out in front of my house on the hillside, and I'm allergic to that stuff, and it's then tore me up.
Yeah, that's okay. Do not worry.
But I like to say hello to everybody out there, and I want y'all to go and support Steve Beer and contribute to his cause and look up his fundraiser. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared, deep the stars above. For a moment, all the world was bright. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And I'm glad I didn't know where it all would end, where it all would go. Our lives better left unsaid. I could have missed some things, but I didn't have to miss a thing. Holding you, I've held everything. For a moment, wasn't I here? If I'd only known how the king would fall. Hey, who's to say? I might have changed it all. And I'm glad I didn't know where it all would end, way it all goes. Our life is better left to chance. I could have missed the thing I'd have had to miss. Oh, dance. Yes, it's my life. It's better left to chance. Could have missed the thing that I'd have had to miss. Oh, dance.
Beautiful. I love that song. I love that song.
Me
Yeah,
too. Let me fade it out here. Yes, sir.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, so when you're,
Uh huh.
so when everything was when your father kind of like got murdered and everything, and life seems to be kind of like, I know what it's like when one of your parents go, and um, because you have a faith, don't you? You believe in God, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, yeah. And did you find your faith after when your father was gone, or was it always there?
Always there.
Always
Always
there.
there.
Always there. Always there. I
Yes,
reckon
sir.
it was so difficult, wasn't it, when they pinned you down, when when they pinned you down and you wanted to kind of like, go up there and find out what was going on, and you wanted to get hold of them and get your revenge and everything. Um,
Yeah, it was. It was very difficult, and that's exactly what my thoughts were. When they were holding me down. And
yeah,
I'm just so glad that I do have something to live for, and my children and everything. I had that to think about, and that gave me plenty of time to think about it. And I thought about it all the way there, and I
yeah,
thought about my daddy holding my children, his grandbabies, and loving on them, and how much he loved them. Um, our life coming up, it wasn't no bed of roses. Daddy was particular kind of man. He was unusual. He To describe him, he was kind of like G.I. Joe and Clint Eastwood had a baby. you know,
yeah, yeah.
he was
I,
my hero.
yeah. I'm talking about this is because people who come and watch my podcast or listen to me on radio, they've been going through some things as well about parents and stuff, about losing and about death and everything. And and the parent, what's been happening recently with all the, what's been going on with the coronavirus.
That's
So,
right.
so I know, know what it's like. But for you, for growing up and kind of like carrying on with your life and everything, then you met your wife and had your children and things like that. Do you ever look back still in anger and think, oh, I want to kind of like find out who did it?
Yes, I look back and I'm mad at myself sometimes. I'm thinking if I would have stopped on my way through town and when I passed by his house, if I would have stopped, could I have prevented it, or would I have ended up laying there on the floor with him? I, you know, there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. And I regret that I kept going that day and I didn't stop. Um,
Yeah,
because they were over there quite frequently, a good bit, and I didn't know until after that how many things had happened previously up to that point, you know, and it
Yeah.
got pretty rough.
That's the trouble though, in it with families and everything, because sometimes that in the past when my mum was alive, I used to go to my mum and say, "Mum, can you lend me some money? I need to go and get something," or things like that, and I know what it's like. And when all of a sudden, when sometimes it's people, your parents say no and they mean no, and but sometimes people will go further than what they shouldn't do. You know what I mean?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. You know, one thing about my father, he never would call me. I told him, I said, you call me if you need me. I'll come help you, come fix anything for you, do anything. He was one of them men, even at 74 years old, he would get up on his own roof and patch it, you know, and he would try to fix his own car or cut his own grass. He didn't want no help. You know what I mean? He was just unusual that way. And for anybody out there right now, if you've lost um, one of your parents or both of your parents, one thing you've got to realize is a big part of them lives on in you, and you got to carry that with you. They live in you. A part of them is with you. You're part of your mother, you're part of your father. You know who they are, and who they are comes out in you. And if you're alive today, you're alive for a reason. You have a purpose, and they would want you to keep going and to carry on and looking for that purpose that you have in life.
Yeah. What song are you going to sing for us now?
Let's see. See if I can find something here. I think I'm gonna sing. I think I'm gonna sing a Bob Dylan song.
Okay.
Being, being it's Sunday. And your favorite character. Tuning in to the people you love. Not and got to. When you're ready.
Are you all right?
Oh yeah, I just got a few little tears. God bless everybody. Mama, take this back from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel like knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. I feel like knocking on heaven's door. Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. It feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Ooh,
Well done. Well done. That was
Thank
a
you.
great. That was a great song. Um. Uh, sorry, this is the hardest interview I ever done in my entire life, but I still got to carry on with it. Sorry, I've got tears coming down. But honestly, um,
Oh,
sorry about this. Sorry. Um.
okay.
So when you kind of, because you got your family now around you, and you got everybody else around you, you got your music. Do you ever kind of like with your music? Do you ever kind of think about your dad and put your dad in your songs and everything?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've written a couple of songs that kind of pertain to it, and I do think about it a good bit. Some of the songs the cover songs I sing, I remember riding in the truck with my daddy and hearing them on the radio. And when I sing those songs, it's kind of heart wrenching. Sometimes I'll stumble or stutter, or the tears will start pouring down, and I'll have to just try to hide it, if I can. But a lot of the songs I do reminds me of those days.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. When, because as a person who believes in God, do you find that, but with your belief, do you find that you have a purpose? That do you feel that in God's time everything will be sorted out, or do you still feel anger inside that this has happened?
Well, with my faith and everything, I believe in God's time, and everything will be sorted out. One thing I know my daddy, he had some heart troubles, and he took a lot of medicines and stuff, and I know he ain't suffering no more. And it's been a long time, and um, I believe that everything will be all right. If it weren't for God, wouldn't been able to make it through that, and you got to have faith, and you got to know, God says he'll be your father, your mother, your sister, your brother, your best friend, and that's what you got to look at. And you have to remember all the good times. You know, there's bad times, but you got to remember all the good times, and you got to hang on to your faith and believe one day, that you'll see them again.
Yeah, yeah. Do you? But now you got children. You got your wife. How long you been married for?
Let's see. I think we got married in 18. What? I,
Eight.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We got married. Let's see. What was it?
1987.
Oh, I almost said 1887. 1987.
That's when we got married
1980.
together in 1982.
We got together in 1982, and then we had a shotgun wedding in 1987. So we've been together 31 years and
31, 34.
34 years, and we just the other day I cut the shackle off my leg and got the chain loose. I got a permanent mark around my ankle where that shackle was on there. So she finally trusts me now.
um, being part of, because you got a family and you got everything else now. What does and do you want to kind of like you got into you're now in the music business and you doing your songs and everything. What do you want out of life? Is it you want to be at the Grand Ole Opry, or you want to get money, money,
Well,
fame? What do you want?
well, I really don't care about fame as much or money as much. But what I'd like to do is step out on the Grand Ole Opry stage, sing my songs, and what I'd like to do is get a better life for my family. You
Mm,
know, just there's a lot of people out there that are less fortunate than even I am. Um, we just like to be able to, if we need something, be able to get it. And
mm,
right now, if we need something, we're gonna have to let something else
yeah,
fall by the way to get it. You know what I mean.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not. Believe me, I'm not trying to make nobody feel sorry for me. It's just the way it is. We have a private sponsor that'll help us a little bit. Other than that, to do anything in my music business, I have to get a pick, a shovel, and a hammer, and I got to go out there and beat the bushes, and I got to go out and work to get money to pay bills. And because we hadn't been able to play out or play live in almost 2 years, and during that time, before that time, we dissolved the band. There's no band here locally now. So I have to rely on a Nashville band when we play now, and we got to pay them. And now, even in Nashville, you got to pay to play. In other
Mm,
words, your tip jar is out there, and people fill it up. And then the bar owners or whoever, I really don't want to play in bars that much, but if I do play in a bar, I'm going to witness to them, and I ain't going to drink. And I'm not going to support alcoholism. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
they'll come get the tip jar and they'll take out money, and then whatever's left at the end of the night, that's what you get.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if I could make some decent money so I can get out of debt and give my family a better life, put my grandchildren in college, it would be wonderful. But if I don't, at the end of the day, if I can just continue doing this, making people smile and lifting people up and letting them know this ain't just about me, it's about them.
Yeah.
It's about making them feel like they're part of what I'm doing. And they are. They're the main reason that I'm here. You and everybody else listening, and everybody else that listens to my show and watches my show and even puts up with the craziness of Pete. It's all about them.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
God, country, and family, and all the listeners, all the fans, all the friends. They're all part of this family, this music family.
yeah, yeah. What else you gonna sing for us now?
Let's see. If I can, if I can stop crying long enough. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. I'm thinking of so many. I sang this last night, but I'm gonna sing a Barbara Streisand song, and I'm not gonna sound like Barbara Streisand, and I ain't half as pretty as she is, but I'm gonna sing it in the style of Robbie, Ansley, Elvis, and Perry Como. But I sang this last night, and I really think about all the times and the people we've lost and the way we were, and that's what I'm gonna sing. I
Yeah,
love this song.
brilliant.
I never thought I'd ever sing this song because I always heard Barbara Streisand sing it.
Yeah,
Memories like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind. Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that memories may be beautiful and yet was too painful to remember? We simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember whenever we remember the way we the way we were. Are you still with me?
All right.
Oh, I had to make sure you're still with me.
I'm still here. I'm still here. Thank you so much. That was a great interview, and thank you for being so honest with me. That was the best interview I've had of you.
Well, you're very welcome, and that's this is me. I ain't putting on no airs or hiding behind nothing. This is me, and this is the way it is. And um, I appreciate you and everything you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You're helping a lot of people. People. Um, there's pe- here we go. There's some questions here for you. Oh, hang on for a second.
okay.
Here we go. Hi, Robbie. Fantastic. What an interview that was. Um, Steve was even in tears. He still could see tears coming down from his eyes. Lov What a lovely bloke you are, Robbie, and your family. Um, Best wishes from Carol. Luke says, "Hi, Robbie. I've had the same experience a long time ago. Please keep on fighting and never give up anything." Um, Wendy says, "What a lovely bloke Robbie is. I always follow him, and I like the Junction show what he does, especially especially Pete. It should be on television, Steve. Make sure that he gets on there somehow." And it's got like loads of people coming up saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Oh, Robbie, to Robbie and his lovely family, you are so awesome. Never give up on your life. You've got everything going for you.
Well, thank y'all all so much. I tell you, Carol and everybody who has commented there, I really appreciate it. And if you will, you can look it up online. You can look up Robbie Ansley Music, the official website, and there is a contact page there. You can contact me through that, or you can go to my Facebook page. You can message me there, and I can contact you there, and we can get to know each other. Send me a friend request on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram and
Yeah,
Twitter, and I'll be glad to talk to you. If you need to pray, we'll pray, and if you need to talk about issue of life, I'll be glad to help you with that too.
thank you so much. Robbie, as always, you're a gentleman, and thank you so much for coming on, sparing your time. I know on a Sunday it's probably you know you've got to get up and look after the wife and make the dinner and everything. And best wishes to you and your family.
Yeah, you too, and
Oh, correct.
everybody that's watching, y'all go look up Steve Beer's profile, find his fundraiser, donate. Donate today. No amount is too small, and of course, no amount is too large, but y'all go donate. And let's make sure that Steve Beer's show continues.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. In the meantime, guys, don't forget to follow Robbie Ainsley on Facebook, on on all the channels and everything. And don't forget to buy his music and listen to his music because it's brilliant. I'm not just saying it because the man's in front of me. I'm an honest guy, and I'm telling you the truth that he is really, really good. Yes, we are Wendy. We are having impact. We always have Robbie back. We don't. We he's been with us now for gosh about 6 months, Rob.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
must be now. Yeah, we always have him back. But this is one of the best interviews he's done, and he's touched a lot of people today. Robbie,
Well,
you're
thank
you're
you so
a good
much,
mate.
Mindy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, so much.
God bless you. Bye bye.
God bless you too. We'll
There you go. That was Robbie Ainsley, folks. What an interview that was. One of the best interviews I ever done on StreamYard. I can tell you that right now. Sometimes, when a person's life is taken, especially a father being shot because his own family wanted money and the dad kind of like stood up and said, no, you're not having no money. And all of a sudden, one of the family shoots his dad and things like that. And then Robbie's got to come back and face it. That is one big thing. That is like a something that you don't want to go through. And Robbie did, and because of that, and he's doing his music and everything. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. And please share this video. Bye bye now.